Ghosties on second.
Hey Ghosties, welcome to Hangin with Dom. We are here in the lovely Gulf Shores, Alabama. And it's, what day is it? Today's Monday.
Today's Monday.
We've been here a couple days already.
Yeah, since Saturday.
Yeah, and just been getting to know this guy has been awesome. So anyway, dude, go ahead and just tell us, first and foremost, how old you are, where you live.
Yeah, 27, live near LA, kind of in the LA area right there.
Did you grow up there your whole life?
Yeah, I've been actually in the same house almost 15, 16 years now.
Dang.
Yeah, my dad bought it a while back, and then when he moved out, I moved in. Mm-hmm. And a couple months later, my wife and I got married, and she showed up. So,
sweet.
Yeah,
Dude,
we're living in the same spot.
Your wife is so cool. Last night, we all got split up. There's like 40 of us. We all got split up into different teams.
Yeah.
And so Lizeth and I were on the same team, and she was just, I told her earlier, I was like, Lizeth, you're so cool. You're like quiet, no nonsense, and hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, is that a good description?
She's got this wit on her, like just so fast with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. And like, especially on these trips, there's weird skills she has that just amaze me. Like last year, they did the Coke versus Pepsi taste test.
Okay.
She was one of the people to just smell it and be like, I know this, I'm done.
You know,
like didn't even have to taste it.
I feel I have some Dr. Pepper in this cup right now. I feel like I could do that Coke versus
The Coke
Pepsi.
versus, we should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. This year she did, what was it? Guess That Sound. And just nailed it. Like she cleaned up right there.
Yes.
Every single sound they played, I was like, sounds like Brad accidentally recorded in his pocket. Yeah. And then she would throw something out and it was right. Mm-hmm. Like, so it was, yeah, every year she amazes me with some new skill she has. I'm like, how have I known you for 15 years and now I'm learning about this? Yeah.
Dang. So when, like, at what point did you meet her? And then at what point did you guys become more than friends?
So we met the very first day of high school.
Okay.
I walked in, we did band together, marching band. And so I walked in, we both played the French horn at that time.
Oh, way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I switched to trumpet.
Cool.
And yeah, we walked in. I had missed like all of the prep that they did over the summer. So I didn't know anyone. Met one guy and he asked what I play, said French horn. And he was like, well, I don't know any of the French horn players except for her. And she's sitting right next to me. And I was like, cool. So her and I kind of knew each other for about a year. We became friends, I think our sophomore year. And we were kind of friends throughout the first 3 years of high school. And then senior year, we got a lot closer when I joined the choir. And she was doing that. That was kind of her big thing.
Yeah. So you guys are singers too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then after high school is when we actually started dating.
Okay.
Yeah. We had just a bunch of mutual friends. We all hung out, did music stuff together all the time. And so, yeah, her and I got real close. We started dating. 6 years later, we got married.
Who asked who out first?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah.
I feel like for a while, she knew I was very interested and she wasn't. But you know,
won her over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you got to do is just sing a little bit. And there it is.
Dude, one of the things that Shelby, like, credits to her noticing me was I started playing acoustic guitar on the school chapel team. Mm-hmm. And this is like early days. Like, I wasn't even that great at acoustic guitar. I wouldn't even plug in. I was just there, like, on stage playing along. But yeah, dude, there's something about being in the band. Or
yeah, that's it.
So you guys get married. At what point did you guys become ghosties? Was that?
So I think she found it really, really early because of Trey. She was listening to a lot of Trey's stuff and saw Jake on there. I think it was Correct Opinions. Jake would come on and she was like, this guy's really funny. I love this show when he's here. Turns out he has his own thing. Let me try it out. Yeah. And so it was probably episode 5 when she started listening. And she tried to convince me for a long time to listen, and I would not do it.
Yeah.
Like, she would tell me about it, and it's a hard podcast to describe.
Yeah.
Like, these two guys, they're going to talk about whatever, but they're funny, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah.
And then, eventually she played it in the car on like a road trip.
That's the way.
And I couldn't get away from it there.
Just get a taste of it.
Yeah, and Jake made some joke about drinking out of a Gatorade bottle or something, and I was like, that was pretty funny. And then felt myself like, as we were driving, they would make jokes, and I was like, I like that one too, and I like this one. So I probably got in around episode 20, 25, which is still early, but yeah, she was right at the beginning right there.
That's crazy. I started at like, I don't even remember the episode number, but it was like late 2023.
Yeah.
So very late to the game.
Yeah.
But the guys are so relatable.
Oh,
this
yeah.
podcast is so relatable. And like, there's a reason why like we have what we call like the Beth Row moments on the Facebook group. And it's just like, because no matter what, like there's something in every single episode, if not 12 things.
Yeah.
That it's like, dude, I just did that last week. Or, oh my gosh, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. And what really, really got me with them was, one, close in age, right?
Right.
They're not that much older than us. And then also, they would, at that time, they were talking about like, oh, we're going to this fast food place to eat with our friends. We worked in ministry, we worked at a camp, and like all the same things I was doing at that time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, these feel like people I work with every single day that I see all the time.
Yeah.
And so it was just really cool. And then took us a while to get out to one of their events. I think the first one was Grandeboo. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it on the shirt, and I couldn't even
See
remember.
you at the boo.
Yeah. Grandeboo was the first time that we went out there, met all of them, and every single person we met, I was like, these are some of the greatest people I've ever talked to.
I completely agree. Every time we meet a new ghostie, it's just like great people.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And then in here, I mean, we're meeting them one at a time on our podcast, and it's like Shelby says this all the time, where it's like, man, every time that we're going to meet somebody new or have like a new interaction with a Hangin' With episode, I get a little nervous. And then afterwards, it's like, man, that was the best. Like, that was so cool. These people are sweet or kind. And, like they know so much about this specific thing, or like they have like really fun life experiences to share. So by being here this week, it's like, okay, but what's it going to be like when you meet 40 of them all at once?
Right, and you can't leave. Like you're stuck with these people for days.
Yeah. But it's like, you can't get enough.
Yeah, I'm enjoying every second of it.
One of my favorite things is we walk in and are meeting a couple of new people, and Gabe Oliver comes. He just introduced himself. Hey, I'm Gabe. I'm like, Gabe Oliver? like what? Dude?
I know you
in the flesh.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like a funny thing. You're good. Don't worry about it. Okay. We're just Anyway, it's just like meeting Isaac. And Isaac has been so cool. So kind. We were playing pickleball, and he's just like, give me the business a little bit, and then he's being really, just I'd say sweet, But what was it like when you guys went to Grandeboo? Who did you meet there?
So I want to say like the first people that we met there was actually Timon and a lot of his friends that were there with us. They were just like outside talking, and the acai bowl was there. Oh, cool. And so we went over, we tried that out. Yeah. And we tried it out. They happened to be like standing in line. We talked to them for a bit. And then I met so many people there. I don't remember all of them.
I bet.
And even now, where I will talk to somebody and they'll be like, oh, you were at Grandeboo? I was there too. Never saw each other.
That's crazy.
But it's so cool, like to be able to, even those people, like we have something that we can talk about right now. Yeah.
And for people who might not know the details about Grandeboo, what happened at Grandeboo? What was it essentially? It
was basically one big show that Jake and Brad put on. Like they did a comedy show.
It was like at a theater?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was at a theater. So they had rented out this theater where they did a comedy show. It was Jake's birthday, so they did a roast of Jake.
Cool.
Couple other like little events. I think they had Brad sing with Timon. Yeah.
Nice.
Get up on stage and sing all together. And that was like the first time I saw it live.
Yeah.
I was like, these guys are pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were either of their parents there?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? Yes, I remember Steve was there because he would do his little squat everywhere. And we were trying to spot him as much as we could.
And do you remember what year that was, Grandeboo?
I think it was 2 years ago today.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, someone downstairs was showing me a picture of Jake on stage. He did a magic show as well. And I want to say she said it was 2 years ago to the day.
So happy Grandeboo anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
And what is today?
Today's August 18th.
18th.
Yes.
All right, sick. Okay, so you guys are listening to or she convinces you to listen to the pod. Mm-hmm. You get a taste for it. You can't stop listening. You go to Grandeboo. Have you been to any other events since then?
Yeah, so we did last year's Gulf Shores trip.
You were here last
We
year.
were here on session 2 last year.
Okay.
Found out session 1 gets an extra day.
Yeah.
So we had to book session 1 this year.
Here we are.
And then we also did Branson. So
Okay.
we were at the Branson trip. That one was
Man.
super fun too.
We really wanted to go to Branson. It just wasn't working out, like with logistically with the kids and everything.
Yeah.
So if they do Branson again, we're gonna try our hardest to just care of it, like bring the whole family.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince Corey to bring his wife and kids too.
Oh, that would be fun.
It would just be so
everyone
good.
would be there.
Yeah, in Silver Dollar City.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a blast. Like, such a cool place. It's so different from like the only real big amusement park around me that does roller coasters is Six Flags, and I've never been.
No
so
way.
like Disneyland, I've been, but they don't do huge roller coasters.
Yeah.
That's not their thing. So it was really cool to have an amusement park that's just about roller coasters for a bit. The very first one that we did, I want to say it was the Time Traveler. And
Sounds good.
Jake had talked about it. We had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
We didn't see anybody else yet because we got there a little late.
Yeah.
And so we were walking past, and Lizeth was like, sounds familiar, let's ride it. Get in line, go through it all, sit down. We're super excited. We got put right in the front. As we were pulling out of the little train area where they load everyone up, it like drops pretty quick. And
Yeah.
the second it dropped, I turned and like my wife's face, I've never seen like that of like, this is not what I expected. And she laughed through the entire thing.
You're in it now.
Yeah, at the very end, I look over and she's laughing and then she's crying so much. And she was like, it was really scary, but we could do it again.
I love it.
Just
dude.
not what she was expecting at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun though.
That reminds me of like the first time that Justice, my 11-year-old, when he was like 6, I think, I took him to Legoland in Orlando.
Yeah.
And we went on this big roller coaster, like one of those that like kind of straps in over you and your feet are dangling.
Yeah.
And it was called Flight Plan, I think, or Flight School. And we do it, and it was crazy awesome. And right after we're done, he's like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
And like we
Nice.
just rode it again. Like
Nice.
it was the end of the day, so they just pushed us through it again. It
Yeah.
was so fun.
That's so cool.
So, dude, let's go back to we're at Gulf Shores you were at Gulf Shores last year, session 2. What are some things that happened that you still remember?
I think about a lot like the talent show that we did.
Yeah.
I know there's a video somewhere of everybody laughing when Rendell Weaver went up to do his Amish thing.
Rendell Weaver.
Because they were laughing at me putting my hand over my heart. I've never told anyone this. I didn't actually know what I was just standing there, not even realizing what was going on. My hand just sitting there, and I look over and Jake's pointing at me laughing about this. I'm like, what is going on right now? And they all thought I was like honoring the Amish with that one. But nope, completely a mistake. Yeah, 100% just me zoning out.
Okay.
Yeah. I think about that and Coffee Corner Brandon.
Is he coming this year for session 2?
I don't think so.
Yeah? Oh, man. I wanted to meet him.
But he was feeding.
Yep. Oh, dang. Hold on, we got you.
Run downstairs and make sure everything's closed down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dom's going upstairs to make sure that that door is closed upstairs. I'm gonna run downstairs to make sure that that door is closed. Because if somebody had opened a door, maybe it's just not letting. Hold on one sec.
Is the gate open? Okay. What? Yes, please.
I'm still like a foot up. Like I could, I'm gonna open the door. I would have.
Oh.
Can she press the button to go back down?
Yeah, go back to the first floor. Try that.
One is lit up, so I'm gonna try pushing a couple buttons.
What is it? Hold on, what does this do?
That calls it
Oh.
back to us.
Okay. Oh, I'm thinking. Try. What happened there?
Push the alarm button.
Oh. Try making sure that when you open the door, the sliding door, that it opens up all the way.
Wait, there's an unlock button here.
Okay.
Try that.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I was on. See, it's lit up on one.
Oh shit.
I thought I was on the bottom.
I would
Right.
probably
I'm
say,
not gonna use this anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd just be done with
Here.
that one.
All right. I almost had to establish a pee corner. All right. Okay, never mind that anymore.
Should we close that?
Oh yeah.
Let's leave it so that no one uses it.
Okay.
Maybe
Good
we
call.
need to like make a little sign.
We'll let somebody know.
Yeah.
We're doing a hanging with right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
did I interrupt your like recording?
Don't worry about it.
Fine. We can
You
edit
should just
anything.
leave that in. That's like a error message.
Yeah.
You got trapped in the elevator. Thank you.
Of
You're
course.
welcome. What were we talking about, dude?
Coffee Corner Brandon.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome back. We had to take a brief moment to help Lindsay Saria, a Ghostie on Second alumni. She was stuck in the elevator.
Yeah, we got an elevator going between all the floors, and I've heard stories that it hasn't worked, but I have never seen it until right now.
That was a little, made me a little nervous.
Yeah, there was
to
a
be honest.
moment I thought like we might have to break this door down.
Well, when we opened it up, and the elevator was like,
It's still a foot
it's
above
like a
where
foot.
it should be.
Oh, we're gonna
And
tell somebody
also,
about that.
she thought she was on the ground floor, and we are not.
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
Okay. Well, we'll tell the guys about that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, in a minute.
okay, so you had mentioned Coffee Corner Brandon.
Yeah, on the dolphin cruise that we're gonna go on later, he was feeding all the seagulls with Cheetos. Everyone was, throwing this Cheetos to these seagulls and everything, but he had asked Brad, I think, like, how much would you give me if I can get a seagull to take a Cheeto out of my mouth? And so somewhere on my wife's phone, there's a picture of him like laying out like this, the Cheeto just sticking straight up, waiting for a seagull.
If we can get that photo, I'll put it right here.
Yeah.
If not, sorry guys. So that's like an infamous story from last year. It's like the Cheetos,
Yeah.
and the seagulls and stuff. Are there any? So by the way, when he was talking about like money, if you don't know, every year at Gulf Shores,
Yeah.
there's something. The first year was rubber bands,
Yep.
and then last year was
Last
like
year was
poker chips.
yeah.
So this year it's Monopoly money, and then like at the end of the trip, there's like a treasure room that you
Yeah,
can like buy things
whoever's
out of.
got the most gets to go into the treasure room first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
And so
I'm looking forward to that. That's cool.
I know. Last year I was on top of it. I was trying to get as much
Yeah.
money as I can. This year I've kind of been chillaxing.
Night number one. Were you out there when I dragged
No, I wasn't there for it. I heard about it.
Night number one, I was like, you know what? I want to get some bucks. So there was a dragonfly like on the wall, and I know if you grab a dragonfly by its wings, you can catch it.
Yeah.
And so I caught it, and I was like, Brad, how much if I ate this right now? And long story short, I ate a living dragonfly. I got 35 Monopoly bucks.
Yeah.
So
Which at the time was really cool.
people got grossed out by it.
Until Brad started giving away 100 for winning a ball game.
I know, dude. I was like,
Like, kid just ate an entire dragonfly.
inflation or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, like the past couple mornings, or no, yesterday, like morning, afternoonish, we played pickleball. This morning we went out like bright and early.
Yeah.
And that was way better to go bright and early.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But some people played against Isaac and Jake. And
I think so.
Like they were playing left-handed though.
Yep.
And they won, so they got like $50 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if I was just playing harder today or if it was more humid, but I ended up coming back way more sweaty.
Me too.
Yeah, there was
it's-
something up
Yeah, it's like yesterday we were in the direct sun and everything.
all day.
Today we were in the shade, but it was still just like dripping.
I know.
Maybe the sun was like helping
Dry it off a
evaporate
little,
some of
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there were a few points I watched Brad leave the court to wring out his shirt.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm almost there.
So last year, you're having a great time. Has there been anybody that you've kept up with like pretty regularly? Any ghosties that you're
Yeah, like
close with?
there's been a few people that I talked to. Mitchell Bowser.
Yeah.
Like him and I will talk every once in a while.
I've seen his name here and there. on
Yeah,
things.
so like I know he recorded some music and released it, and then I had done the
that's
same, but I didn't
awesome.
really know how to release it. So
Yeah.
I kind of texted him a bit and asked like, hey, what do you do? How does this work?
No way.
And he sent me a bunch of different links, helped me out, get me through all that. And then he does a ton of really cool latte art, and I do a lot of really bad latte art.
You mean like the foam on top of it?
Yeah, he's great at it.
That's so cool.
Um,
I gotta
so-
follow him on Instagram or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
That's
he's awesome. So I'll text him about that. Like, dude, this looks so good compared to what I just did.
Shout out Mitchell Bowser.
Yeah, awesome guy.
What
Super
kind of
good
music
kid.
are you making?
Kind of just whatever. The only song I have released is a song I wrote for my wife like
Wait, you
10
have a
years
song
ago.
released right now?
Yeah, like one on Spotify.
That's sick. Can I put a link to it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
if
I'll
you'd
link
like
it
to.
in the comment. Yeah, like,
I wrote it like 10 years ago and recorded it then, and then kind of just had that recording for a long time.
yeah.
And finally decided like I think I'll just put it out there, and so it's kind of just like me and my guitar singer-songwriter type thing,
Yeah.
but I've been doing it a little bit more since then.
That's awesome.
And just loving it again. Yeah, like got right back into doing music.
Do you do like worship leading anywhere or anything like that?
Not anymore.
Okay.
So I used to work at a church for a while. Started real small with just, I was one of the guys in the worship team. Ended up leading worship for the youth group there. And then kind of switched to, I was one of the leaders for the youth group with mainly one group of guys that from 6th grade until I think their freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
I was with them twice a week.
That's a crazy age, man. Like that middle school.
Oh, yeah. And then at that point, I stepped away from doing that and took on more of a staff role there. My position specifically was made to create and write and teach at new events. So there were a lot of different little things that I would see, like, all right, our youth group is really struggling with something like this. Here's an event we can kind of do, maybe just a one day, maybe a weekend, something that we can do to kind of help out with that. Or a lot of the students have been asking about these certain things. Why don't we have a night where we specifically talk about just this?
I like that.
And
That's
so it was
cool, like
super fun.
shepherding like that.
Yeah, and I got really, really into like doing leadership stuff with them.
Yeah.
So I really loved being able to see student leaders kind of lead this entire youth group with like, first, yes, guys are getting on stage and playing guitar, leading worship. Yes, we have somebody outside running games for some of the younger kids, but then also very clearly in every youth group, I think that there are specific students who stand out, and whether they're on stage or not, those are the students that everyone else is looking up to. Like, if this person is doing this, this is how to live life as a solid Christian student.
Yeah.
And so I got a new event over there that we did. Those students, we talked to them about like, hey, this is kind of what we see going on in the youth group. You guys are kind of the example leaders here. Why don't we do an event where we're going to take you at the end of the year when you're leaving, when you're done with being in youth group, and we're going to take the next group that we see stepping into that, and you guys have a night that you lead together talking about what it looks like to be a student leader, to lead by example.
Wow.
That was one of my favorite events that I had out there.
Man.
And so it was super fun to do stuff like that.
I love the intentionality there and like the planning and like making, like setting the next group up for success.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was super fun to see just the students do all of it.
Yeah.
You know, I would show up because someone needed to pay for dinner. And so I'd get a bunch of pizzas or something for us, and then kind of have 2 or 3 little topics that I wanted them to go over, but mostly I would let the students talk about what they wanted to talk about and bring that on. And it was a really cool thing to see. I did that event for 3, maybe 4 years, but it was really cool to see from where we started to where it ended of like, I've seen some traits in that first group that have carried all the way through, but a lot that haven't. And just how they decide, like, this is what we think as a group we're strong at, so this is how we want to lead by example.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's a huge, I can totally see the relatable part to that with like Brad and Jake doing all that stuff. Even with when they talk about K-life and things like that.
Yeah.
Like even Isaac, it's like living through to that.
Yeah,
it's just cool
exactly.
to see like them taking somebody underneath their wing. I know it was not more Brad that took Isaac underneath his wing.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, but now he's still like totally not just a part of their lives, but like they're doing business together.
Yeah.
And like they're doing these events together.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite things about the Ghostrunners podcast is showing like the ecosystem, like the community, whatever you want to call it. Like it's just that it's not just a fun hang. Like they're entrepreneurs, and that's like a front and center part of the thing.
Yeah.
And that's whenever I'm explaining things about or whenever I'm trying to explain the podcast to somebody, I'm like, all right, well, it's these 2 guys, and they kind of just talk about their life, but they're both married. They both grew up in that like church culture, so that's super relatable. They've done youth ministry. I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, they're both entrepreneurs. Yeah. One of them, has like a woodworking business. One of them does a lot of social media videos, but then also has a paddle. Like I'm just when I explain it, there's so much to explain. I used to back in the very beginning, I'd be like, oh, it's just these two guys talking about their life and they're funny and they're Christians, so it's cool. But more recently, whenever I explain it, I like to drop the entrepreneur bit, the fatherhood bit, the marriage bit, because it's like all of that is just like a part. It just kind of comes and goes in conversation.
Yeah, it's all just that is the Ghostrunners now. Yeah,
and
there isn't just
it's not
one
just
thing.
like inspiring. It's not like, oh, they inspire me to like live a godlier life or something. It's not just that. It's encouraging to see it just being walked out.
Yeah.
And to be like, not only are we not alone, but like we're all in this together. And like it looks different for a lot of us. Yeah. But we're all in the kingdom of God. Like we're all like we're on the same path, so to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick. That's awesome. So this. Sorry, I kind of interrupted a little bit, but Mitchell Bowser, you mentioned him. Is there any other ghosties that you have become friends with that you're in like on an ongoing?
I mean, there's a ton of ghosties I've become friends with.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them that I will talk to like here and there. Mm-hmm. I think there's not really a ton that I talk to like every single day.
Yeah.
But there's so many that something will come up and I'll message them about it, or they'll message me about something, and just all the time that I'm talking to somebody.
Yeah. And you're pretty active in the Facebook group too.
Yeah.
So I love that I've come to know certain people just by their name and profile picture, and it's like never talk to them in person, never talk to them like directly, but there's just been interactions and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like I have like this. We already have like a number of people who are lined up for like our other Hangin with episodes.
Oh yeah.
But like there's just more and more people always being added to it because it's just like you just want to get to know everybody.
Oh yeah.
And there's so many people that are hilarious, or they'll say something that's like, wow, that's really incredible. Like I can't believe, like I haven't thought about something that way. Or like Caleb Willis, we recently had him on when he just like, I had never heard his name, and then out of nowhere, he's spearheading this fundraiser, to get
that was amazing.
The ghosties to give $5,000 to help St. Jude's, but also get the ghostie name out in the Ryan Trahan.
Yeah.
So it's like there's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to come. But I'm trying to think about this. So now that we're here, that was a year ago. Mm-hmm. Here we are again. We've only been here for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But it's been a little bit of a wild ride.
We've gotten a lot done.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Who is here this year that you've gotten to know that was maybe here last year that you didn't really get to know that well, or maybe a brand new person?
Yeah, Jason Morse. I've been talking to him a bunch. Yeah. That guy is incredible.
So funny.
And it started with like both of us play D&D, and it was just like a random game we started playing.
Right. In the group chat that came up.
It came up at one point, and so he was asking me about that. And then, found out he does a bunch of stuff at his church too. And so now we're talking about that. And then we were going to go play spike ball together. Now we're talking about that. And it's like he's one of the guys that I feel like no matter what comes up, him and I are going to be able to talk about that and just enjoy talking with each other.
That's really cool.
It's been awesome.
So you and Lizeth, I said her name really weird there. But are you guys like very into games, like gaming together? Is that something you guys do together?
Somewhat. Like she's not super into board games, card games, things like that, like I am.
Okay.
But she loves Nintendo games. Like she's played a ton of them.
Yeah.
And as much as I love my wife, she's not a very good gamer.
Same.
So there's a lot of games that she'll play,
Shilb.
and then she'll just get stuck and be like, I don't know what to do, and I'll come in like, oh, that wall's fake. You got to destroy that wall.
Yes.
Yeah, just things like that.
That's
where
cool.
I get to like sit there and watch her figure out how to play video games.
That's funny. I was just telling, don't worry about it, come on through. I was just talking to Tyler Tong this morning on our drive back from pickleball. And you were in the car too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we were talking about my daughter Isley, our 4-year-old daughter, who she just loves Nintendo Switch, and especially playing Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
And so she'll sneak and like she'll get the Switch and she'll sneak in her room and like we'll be like, we haven't seen Isley in like 20 minutes. Where is she? And she's in there and she's like hiding behind like a bunch of pillows, like trying to play.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because she's so good, and she's like, she's not even falling off the sides anymore. Like she's probably better than Shelby at this point. But when I think there's something when we were kids, maybe where like it was like boys play video games and like girls, it was rarer. But now I meet a lot, and not I meet a lot, but like I hear a lot about more and more girl gamers out there.
Yeah, it's like a big thing now.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
This is cool.
One of my favorite things as a kid was playing N64 with my friends.
Yeah.
Did you ever play like GoldenEye 007 or something
So
like that?
I didn't grow up with any Nintendo stuff.
Oh, no way.
I had a Game Boy with Pokemon, and that was it.
Okay.
Besides that, I mean, my older brother had an Xbox 360 and then later had a PlayStation.
Okay.
And so it was kind of whatever games he has. He's 6 years older than me.
Wow.
So it was also a lot of games I'm not very interested in as a kid.
Right.
Like he would play a lot of the Call of Duty games when they would come out, but I was a lot younger. So I'm like, God, this isn't fun for me.
Yeah, for the longest time, I was like, why do people like playing, like, you're in World War II?
Right.
Like, I didn't get it. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to play, like, adventure games or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I was like, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was, like, the game for me. And then, but on Game Boy, do you remember which Game Boy you had?
I had a Game Boy Color.
Same.
Yeah.
What color was yours?
Purple? I
Mine
think?
was, like, the neon green
Okay, yeah.
color. And I remember going, like, for my birthday, my grandma took me to Toys R Us. And we picked out that one, and it was like a bundle that it had the whatever Pokemon game. I forget which Pokemon game it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pokemon was really fun.
Oh, yeah. I loved that game.
And then at some point, Pokemon, like my parents eventually stopped letting us play Pokemon because of like the evolution part of it or something. Or like
Okay.
there was something.
Yeah.
You know, we grew up pretty sheltered. And it's always like, there's good motivation there, good intentions there. I disagree with a few different things, but it is what it is. We all parent our own way and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Shoot, dude.
Yeah.
All right, random question. But what was your first car?
My very first car was a convertible Chrysler LeBaron.
Dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Convertible, okay.
Except for that it had no back window. And
What?
the top would go down, but it wouldn't come back up. So I would like manually have to drag that thing up.
Yeah.
But it was also, I got it in college. And so it was like all the guys on my floor loved this car. And
Yeah.
we lived so close to the beach. Like we would all pile in my car, drive it to the beach, think we were the coolest guys ever.
Yep.
And then drive back and it would overheat all the time. So like as we're getting into the school, it's smoking everywhere. The top won't come back up. People
Yeah.
are tired of it. Just absolutely horrible car.
It's a classic movie trope or something.
yeah.
The thing's not coming up.
But it was called the LeBaron, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the A had fallen off. So we just called my car LeBron.
The LeBron, dude. I love
And so it was always like, hey, we're gonna go to the beach. You guys think Dom will take LeBron? I'm like, yeah, let's go.
My first car was this super tiny 1979 Honda Civic, like hatchback,
Yeah.
2-door, but like you could kind of slide the seat up and like get people
Yep.
back there. And it was light as a feather. A couple of people could just like lift up if they needed to.
Yep.
The wheels were like, I think the wheels were the same as like what now like small trailer wheels are.
Okay.
Like it's
Yeah.
And the rubber was like so worn. It was like pretty much just bald. And so like drifting was all the time drifting.
Yeah.
Like just going around a little curve a little too fast. It was like, so you could feel the sliding happening.
Yep.
But so many times we would pack that car full of like 5 people in that tiny little thing.
Yeah.
It was a wild ride. Okay, first car. What happened to get you out of the LeBron into your next vehicle?
It got to a point where I could not get it from the back of campus to the front without overheating.
Dang.
And so I was like, I can't go anywhere with this one.
Yeah.
Had to get rid of that one. And an old friend of mine happened to have a van that he had never used.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, oh, well, you can have that one for, how much cash do you have? And I was like, $50. And he was like, take it.
Oh my gosh.
So he just gave me the van for $50, and then like
That's cool.
he taught me how to change out the brakes, how to do the oil change, how to do all these like repairs on the car.
awesome. Yeah.
And it was super cool. And then I had that for a long time until the car we currently have right now.
Yeah.
So it was just like a random. I was just walking back because now I don't have LeBron anymore, and
Yeah.
saw him. He was like, oh well. I told him like, oh yeah, I had to get rid of the car. It doesn't work. And he worked at the school that I went to.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, well, down in the parking, I've got the van right there. If you just want to take that one, I store it here.
Wow.
Why not? Let's do it.
God provides.
Yeah.
That's funny because that car I was just talking about, it was actually, there was a teacher / like administrator at the school.
Mm-hmm.
This guy who had become like a mentor to me probably like junior, senior year of high school.
Yeah.
And then he passed away like the fall after I graduated, sometime in I think September. And then like when I was up in Tallahassee at the time. When I came back to Tampa, it was sometime in the new year. that I was looking for a car, and then a friend of mine was like, Mr. Blackwell's car is still over there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe his wife would want to get rid of it or something. So we went over there and talked to her, and she's like, if you can get it to start, you can take it. And she just gave it to me. And it was so funny because we went out to start it, and it was a stick shift, and I'd never driven stick shift. So I had somebody who knew how with me, and they're in the driver's seat, and they're trying to get it to start. It's not starting, and they're like, we can't figure it out. And then somebody else comes along, and they're like, oh yeah, you weren't putting the clutch down. It's like, oh, something as easy as that. So literally had my first stick shift driving lesson. I got the car from there. The guy drove me down to an open spot, and then he taught me in half an hour. Yeah. And then just learned how to drive stick.
Nice.
And drove it home.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. Do you know how to drive stick?
No. Well, yes, but not very well.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not do it on a road. I don't think people would be happy about it.
Got you.
I could go somewhere. Yeah.
Have you, tell me about the first time that you remember having some interaction with Jake and with Brad. The first real conversation you had, or something that was a moment that left
my
a mark.
first interaction with Jake, we went to a show that he did in San Diego. Cool. It was about 2 hours away from us, so we drove down there, and it was, I want to say, 5 days after our wedding.
Wow.
And so, we were there. He was asking, met him after the show. He was asking, what's up? What's new with you guys? And we were like, we just got married. And the very first thing he said, he was like, you guys still married? 5 days last? It was hilarious. So
Jake is hilarious.
I held on to it for years. And I saw a show of his right after he got married.
Yeah.
And so the very first thing I was like, hey, you and Rachel, you guys still married? Did it last? Yeah, that was my first interaction with him.
How long after they got married? Do you remember when that was?
It was probably 2 weeks.
That's crazy, because that's part of our Ghostie origin story is we met them.
Yeah,
their Tampa show was 4 days after they got married.
Yep.
I want to say they got married on whatever weekend it was. It was Thursday that we saw them at the Trey Kennedy Jake.
Yeah.
It was the Growing Up tour, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. So, and was that in San Diego?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. They get around.
Yeah.
That's funny. Now, was it after their honeymoon?
It might have been after their honeymoon.
It must have been. So
yeah.
that's hilarious. We probably saw them right before their honeymoon. You probably saw them right after.
Yep.
That's great, dude.
And then my first interaction with Brad was actually just business stuff.
Yeah.
That he, all his...
Come on through. No, come on through, dude.
I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry, dude. Where's Hangin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just all business where, all his woodworking. My parents bought this house that I live in. It's my mom's dream house. She loves it. And then when they moved out, I asked Brad to build me a custom cutting board with an engraving of that house on it. So I sent him a bunch of pictures of the house, all different angles, and he engraved the outline of the whole thing. He put our last name on it, and then he put my parents' anniversary date on
beautiful,
it.
man.
And it was the very first thing on their wall in that new house.
I love that.
They left a lot of the furniture to us just because,
Yeah.
Lizeth and I didn't have anything yet. We were just getting married.
Yeah.
So they left a ton at the house for us and then had to buy all new furniture for themselves. So I remember going into their house, they had one little couch, a tiny little dining room table, and then that was hanging on the wall.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, too. I never thought about doing something like that.
It was awesome. He happened to post a picture of one that he had done. So I just messaged Ellis Custom Creations. I was like, any chance you could do this? And sent him pictures of the house. And he was like, oh, I'll get it done for you.
I love it.
Yeah. And then I didn't actually talk to him until Grandeboo. Yeah. There. Where, they had rented out or found a way to get everyone to a Chick-fil-A after hours. And so we were all there. And yeah, I think I happened to be in one spot and no one was talking to him. So we just started chatting and super cool guy. I told him I do HVAC there. And then I want to say a year later on the podcast, he was like, oh, I remember talking to someone at Chick-fil-A and they do HVAC, but I don't remember who it is. And I was like, that was me.
Yeah, dude.
Brad remembers that? That's wild.
Honestly, he said something to me the other day at the lunch table, and I was like, "You remember that?" Something that I said to him in passing when I was in Kansas City 2 weeks ago, and yeah, he's very thoughtful, very intentional with his stuff. It's a gift.
Yeah.
Dude, I think this is probably a good time to wrap things up.
Yeah.
For just a nice, short and sweet hanging with session.
Yep.
But tell me just what are you excited about for the rest of this week the time that you're here?
Yeah. Dolphin Cruise is going to be super fun.
Yeah,
it's
tonight.
always a blast to just like walk around and see all the different groups that we form. Last year, at least, we were kind of the majority of the people there.
Cool.
And so all of us are just characters with each other, just acting silly all the time and watching just the regular people on this Dolphin Cruise try and figure out what is going on. Like 40 people just all showed up together and they're all acting weird.
That's just so accurate.
But we're having a blast. Like we're loving it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to kind of go see like who else is just going to be there on a regular day thinking they're just going to go see some dolphins.
Honestly, like this morning after breakfast, somehow, like long story short, we're all like watching a live bear cam. Like we're watching, there's like a camera that's like in the woods where like all these bears hang out on this river or something. And it's just like one of the ghosties who maybe we'll have her on a Hangin' With episode soon. She was like, hey, does everyone know what bear they would be or something? It's just like, oh, I made like a quiz where you answer all these questions and it'll tell you which bear you are. And so like we're all taking the quiz, we're all finding out which bear we'd be.
And dude, I was amazed. Like we'll show her a picture, like, oh, this is what I know, and she knows like every bear by heart. Like she just knows what it was. It was
so cool.
super impressive.
I was telling her about. I was like, have you ever seen a bear like up close since you've been watching this for the past few years? She was like, tell me how she has and how it was so awesome.
That's awesome.
I was like, there's this place in South Dakota, and if there's any ghosties who've been to this place, leave it in the comments. But it's called Bear Country. And you've seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go into Jurassic Park, you're like driving through this path, and you're supposed to like see the dinosaurs. Well, this is like that. Like they open up the gate, you drive in, they close the gate behind you, and you just follow like a dirt path through this huge place, and there's elk and brown bears and black bears and I'm forgetting, like there are wolves. Like there's so many animals, but you're seeing them like kind of in their natural habitat.
Yeah, they're just living.
Yeah, and it's really cool because it's not like a zoo where they're like in a little habitat. Like they're roaming, but you're just driving around and seeing them.
That's awesome.
So I was like, if you should go there one day. And then she started telling me about how there's a place in North Dakota that's like her dream zoo exhibit kind of a thing. That has like all these different animals. So sorry, all that to say, you never know what you're gonna get when you meet the ghosties.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yeah. So dude, Dom, thank you so much for joining
absolutely.
me, for
This
hanging.
is a blast.
This is
I had
awesome.
so much fun.
All right, cool beans. Well, hey, until next time, much love.
Ghosties on second.